Mic check, mic check, mic check. What the? Alright, people. What are we saying? Huh? What are we saying, man? You know we back. We back with another one. Yo. I'm back, man. I'm back. Your boy was missing for a little bit. You know, I was in jail for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was in jail, you know. And it's not what you're thinking. It's not what you're thinking. Okay? Don't let the thoughts run away with you. It's not what you're thinking. But I got locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. Oh, they won't let me out. Mic check, mic check. Wait, what is happening here? You know what I'm saying? Interesting. What the? Alright, people. What are we saying? Oh. I didn't even realize it was my iPad. You know what I'm saying? So, we got locked up. You know, we got locked up, man. You know, for a week actually. We were locked up for a week, yo. But guess what? We free. We free. We free. YouTube jailed me, bro. I couldn't go live for a week, man. YouTube jailed me, right? And you know, shout out to YouTube. We appreciate them for letting them be able for letting us being able to use their platform, right? We're grateful, right? But they have their rules. I didn't even know I violated a rule, man. But shout out to them. Apparently, you know, the music that was playing in the background, right? The music that was playing in the background had copyright. It was copyrighted. And I didn't know, right? I did not know. So, I don't know what we're gonna do for background music, bro. I have no idea what we're gonna do for some background little, you know, play music going on. I have no idea. Because I don't want to find another playlist and then it says, oh, non-copyright music, and then I play it and then, you know, I used that for a couple while and then all of a sudden it hit me with copyright, right? So I'm like, whatever. I'm not trying to look for another playlist. I mean, it is what it is, right? But the songs that I have, they're not long enough to play, right? Know what I'm saying?
Hate it.
All right, so let's just jump right into it because we have a long stream ahead of us, man. I haven't streamed for a week, and there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch, right? So let's just kick the stream off. Welcome if you're joining us wherever you are in the world. Don't be rude. You're in the stream. You came in. Like the video. Like the video. You say what you want, right? But like the video. You're here. You're gonna watch the video. Like the video. You didn't grow up with manners? Like what? You're coming into my home, you're taking your shoes off and you enter, you're not gonna like the video? Come on, man. Right? And it's hot. Why is it so hot? The PC is heating up the room. Right? So, first video we have, this video was mind-blowing. You know, it was mind-blowing because I saw this reel, right? It was a reel that I saw and I'm like, there's no way this is real. There's no way, right? I'm like, that's kind of crazy. So I decided to, give me a second. I decided to, whatever. Let's just jump into it, right? This is the reel that I saw, right? Let me just play it. Oh, Lord. Not this. Not this. Come on. Okay, let me fix something real quick. Let me just fix this real quick, right? Let me just fix this real quick. It was the other way around. So it's the other way around. Okay. What's in the playlist? Give me a second. Right, so I saw this video, right? And I'm like, there's no way this is real. Where do you go? I'm like, no way it's real, right? Like, what the? So, according to this Instagram post by The Truth Wire, right? That's what it's called? The Truth Wire, right? This guy said six injured after a man throws a grenade into a beauty salon, right? I'm like, what the? Is this even real? Right? So let's check the video. I'm like, this is kind of crazy. I even think I can play this because, see, there's music in there. Now I'm trying to just avoid music. But let's just watch it, I guess, right? So apparently he threw the grenade and he ran. And I'm like, he closed the door and I'm trying to see, is there a blast, right? Is there a blast? Yeah, and you can see there's a blast went off. You can literally see that an orange color, something going on here, right? And I'm like, that's wild if that's real. That's wild, right? So I decided to look the video up, right? I decided to look it up. I decided to look the video up. And to my surprise, it's a real thing. To my surprise, it's a real thing. So let's just hear the news report on it. And this is from AFP News Agency, right? And they're saying 6 injured, right?
Amélie, je viens de vous les envoyer. Si vous avez des choses sur vos vidéos, je peux avant de vous parler.
So this is the aftermath. The street is locked down. The salon, the glass is broken. Right? People
Parce
like,
que je vais en envoyer moi là.
what's going on?
Dis-leur. Il en aura.
And it said slightly injured. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, that's kind of crazy, right? But I'm not sure where this actually happened. If it was UK, part of the French government, right? Slightly injured. Death penalty for these criminals, right? For such crimes, right? France should be outlawed, right? And I'm like, yeah, this guy said, why is it so hard to find news report on this? It's true, because I look and I couldn't really find anything on it, right? I couldn't really find anything on it. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy that this happened and there's really no reporting on it. But whatever, right? So with all of that said and done, we're gonna touch on celebrities a little bit more, because on last stream I touched on a little bit of celebrities, but you know, let's touch on it again.
First of all, I'd like to say,
because I saw this reel, right, and this is from the Little Trump cartoons, right? The Little Trump cartoons, right? And this is Billie Eilish and Trump, right? They're having a little bit of face off here, right? Billie Eilish and Trump. All right. And let's hear what they have to say.
first of all, I'd like to say, no one is illegal on stolen land.
Let me get it straight. You live in gated communities with walls and high security on a multi-million-dollar property, right? And do you think that if someone trespassed onto that multi-million-dollar property, do you think you just wouldn't call the cops? Because nobody is illegal on stolen land.
What are you talking about? If someone trespasses, you deal with it through the law.
See, you would call the cops because you understand borders real quick when it comes to your own home. These celebrities don't have to worry about increased rent prices from allowing millions of people to come here legally, because these people, again, live on multi-million-dollar properties in gated communities. These people are not like you. They don't have to worry about their kids' public school becoming overcrowded because their kids go to private school. They don't have to worry about their insurance rates going up from the countless undocumented immigrants who are uninsured and still have emergencies that someone has to pay for. They have to worry about selling music. And the easiest way to do that is to just toe the line and preach the same bimbo left-wing slogans as every other clapping seal in this room.
Fuck ICE.
Wow, I thought the Grammys was about music, not a political rally.
First of
I mean, this guy that create these cartoon, right? He's spot on the money when it comes to stuff like this, right? It's like no one is illegal on stolen land, blah 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 blah. But yet she live on $1 million, multiple how many acres of land in a mansion, right? Gated community. And if you need to enter her gated community, you have to be invited, and they're gonna check you at the security. They're gonna check you at the front, right? How dumb can people be listening to these celebrities, bro? Right? And so in spite of that, right? I saw this post. I don't know how true it is. Allegedly, right? Allegedly. I don't know how true it is, right? Allegedly, right? This is what's happening now regarding Billie Eilish, right? Lawyers offer pro bono to the Togaviv tribe to evict Billie Eilish off their land, right? I may be wrong when I pronounce that word, but whatever, right? So this is the lawyer, right? This is a lawyer, and they're trying to get Billie Eilish off the native land, right?
All this land that was taken unjustly from people, but is the singer also living on stolen land is the question. Well, according to a local tribe out in California, she built her mansion on property that belongs to Native Americans. We talked to the Tongva tribe out in Southern Cal, who says she's living on their property, saying this in part, as the first people of the greater Los Angeles basin, we do understand that her home is situated on our ancestral land. Eilish hasn't contacted her tribe directly regarding her property. So back in 2020, comedian Ricky Gervais was ahead of this. He said, please do not get up here and use the stage as a platform for politics, saying in part, you're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. Now mocking Grammy winners because he said they're doing it again, saying they're still not listening. Billie Eilish, she says, America.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Look at this dumb bitch, bro.
Has just made a ball this.
Look at this. Look.
And
I don't know what else to say.
yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And
Maybe shut up.
I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter, and I say sorry.
She said F ice, you know what I'm saying?
No.
And I'm like, she's crazy. She's crazy, right? And, you know, you just have to understand that people like her, they're lost. And they just bring other lost people along with them, right? They just bring other lost people along with them. And there's not, you can't even help these people, right? You can't even help them, but just realize that, like, they're one with evil, and there's nothing. Even if you try, you're probably gonna try and help them, right? Try and help them and be like, oh no, Billie Eilish, no, you're living on stolen land, and you're an hypocrite, and they will never see it because they just don't want to see it, and who knows, they might just getting paid or whatever, right? Who knows, right? Who cares? But she's dumb, right? And that's just what it is, right? And we got another dummy here, another plant, if I may call him so, right? Call him so. This is the Bugs Bunny, as JLP would say. Bugs Bunny, right? Super Bowl LX performer Bad Bunny says illegal immigrants aren't aliens, they are Americans. Right? Like, do these people actually listen to themselves when they talk? Do they actually listen to what is actually coming out of their mouth? Right? And let's just hear what he has to say.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say eyes out. We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans, and we are Americans. Also, I want to say to the people, I know it's tough to know, not to hate on these days, and I was thinking sometime we get contaminados. I don't know how to say that in English. The hate get more powerful with more hate. The only thing that is more powerful than hate is love. So, please, we need to be different. If we fight, we have to do it with love. We don't hate them. Also, we love our people, we love our family, and that's the way to do it, with love. Don't forget that, please. Thank you. Thank you, God. And thank you to the Academy.
I mean, what is love? What is love, Bad Bunny? Or Bugs Bunny? What is love? Can you tell us what is love? Right? We want to know, because you're saying the best thing, that the only thing that's better than hate is love, right? The only thing that's better than hate is love. But what is love? So to you, what is love, right? This emotional feeling and feeling togetherness and feel compassionate and have this feeling that it's judgment and it's from the devil, and you're up here thanking God. Really, he's really thanking the devil. Oh, thank God for what? God doesn't even hear your thanks or your prayers, buddy, right? He doesn't even hear them, right? Same like when you're up here like, oh, love this, love that, right? But yeah, you still don't know what love is, right? Because this fake love that you have, that your mother pass on to you, you think that's love. You think that is love, right? Feeling good about yourself to make others feel good so you can feel good. You think that is love, right? That's what people think love is, right? Right? And then we have here the CNN panel meltdown over GOP guest says nobody cares what celebrity thinks, right? I mean, and then they're gonna bring up, say Trump is a celebrity and he uses his platform to push his own agenda and right? I forgot what this clip actually says, but let's just hear what it says, right?
And particularly January seems to have crossed a line. Do you feel like that's what's happened?
I do. I also get a little tired of Hollywood jackasses coming out and telling us what to think. And
that's a bit.
Billie Eilish telling me that that it's stolen land. I'd love to see her turn her keys back to her multi-million-dollar mansion to whomever's going to come over.
But if you don't like it, don't listen.
Don't
listen.
We're sitting here listening to all this and these sorts of people. Nobody cares what Hollywood thinks. Nobody cares what they think. I really like Jennifer Lawrence talking about, finally, she said, I'm not going to speak politically because nobody listens to us. And I think she's 100% right.
That is not true. Many people do care what celebrity...
They care at your parties. They care at your parties. They don't care anyplace else.
Look how emotional this female is getting, right? Crazy bitch.
Right. Christine, you did interrupt him, so
that is fair enough.
Let's try not to do that in general, so we can all.
Yeah, she just ignore it and start carrying on. The guy didn't even get to finish what he's saying, right? She tried to cut him off because she doesn't like what he's saying, and she needs to put her point in. We all cares. Even the host is saying, listen, to be fair, you cut him off, like. Bitch, relax. Let him finish, right? Listen. You're not listening to understand. You're just listening to respond, right?
Be heard. Go ahead.
Many people do care what celebrities say. If they didn't care what celebrities said, why would both Republicans and Democrats often try to get celebrity endorsements? Bad Bunny is somebody who speaks very, in a really organic way to many parts of the American population. And people do care,
and particularly.
Is that true? Does Bad Bunny speak to the large amount of people in the country? Does he really? Right? We're actually going to see that. We're actually going to see if that's true, right? And we have Ricky Gervais, like Golden Globe rant, remember, as celebrity speaks out against ICE, right? So this was back in the day, and the clip is just resurfacing and it's going viral again, right? It's going viral again because it just makes sense. He's telling them, come get your award, shut up, thank your God, right? Thank your God, Rich. The reason why I say thank your God is because they're out here saying, oh, thank God, right? But really they're thanking the devil, right? Because they don't know God, right? If God came and slapped them in the face, they wouldn't even know it was God, right? They wouldn't even know, right? So that's why I'm saying it like that, right? Give me a second. Right? They're like, thank God. What did God do, right? What did God do? But let's hear what's happening here.
All roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and... So, Apple roared into the
right, if you win, come up here, take your award, shut up. When you guys, most of you went to school less than Greta Thunberg, and I'm like, you know, you guys spitting some facts here, right? Come get your award, man, and shut up. Like, no one really cares about your political views, man, and the agenda you want to push, right? Just keep making movies, and that's it, right? Keep making your movies, and because you know nothing about the world, you don't live in the world. So I find this clip interesting because, you know, I put this program together on the weekend, so it's been a while, and I forget a lot of stuff about these clips, right? But I'm trying to remember, right? So a concerned young man speak up about his immigration friends. Listen to what he says at the end, right? Listen to what he said. And I was watching this clip and I'm like, I mean, where is this guy's father? Where is his father, right? And I understand where his father is. Lost. Just like this young man, right? Young male, I would say. Lost, right? Where's his father, right? Nowhere to be found, right? And when I say nowhere to be found, I mean he's in his life. Probably, I don't know, right? So don't take that. Don't let your imagination run away with you, because you might be thinking something that I'm saying that is not even how you're thinking about it, right? But I'm saying his dad is lost, right? Or nowhere to be found, because his dad was really in his life. How did this kid end up this way, right? How? Crazy. But listen to what he has to say.
I don't have a written speech, but I have a lot to say. I have been at school for the past couple months actually, with friends who are Mexican, Latino, Asian, and seeing the looks on their faces when anybody says anything about ICE is terrifying. And I look up to people like Greta Thunberg and Malala Yousafzai because
that's kind of crazy. That's why I'm like, where's this guy's father? He's looking up to Greta Thunberg and whoever else name he said. I don't even know who that is, right?
They know what their rights are and what to say when people get kidnapped by ICE and kids at school are hiding. My friends, I have a lot of Mexican friends, and all of them are terrified. And I want to say that when I'm with them, I feel angry. I feel furious because when I watch the news, I see people being kidnapped, people being hit by cars during protests, and I don't know what to say. I think that our government is collapsing. I think that what is happening in our state, even in Minnesota, in anywhere that ICE has been marauding around kidnapping people. I just think that to all the people who are out in detention centers and who are hiding away, don't give up. Don't give in. And don't let the bastards grind you down. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know what they're clapping for, right? All I heard was, oh, my friends are afraid, and I judge my friends, and because they're afraid, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them, and what ICE's doing is bad, right? That's pretty much what I heard, and I'm like, this is a kid that is a byproduct of his evil mother, right? And the father that is not there to protect the kid from the evil mother, right? She passed on her emotional feelings to him, and he can't help but judge, right? He can't help but judge. He can't help but judge others, and he feels bad for each other, for them, about the situation. But you have to sit back and be like, okay, kid, relax. Why do you feel bad for them? Did you ask them? Ask, like, why are you even afraid, right? Why are you afraid? A person that is afraid, right? When you're afraid, you're in your thoughts, you're in your imagination, right? You're one with evil, and you've made up all of this illusion that will never happen, or you think about it, or you make up all these illusions that you think will happen that will never happen, right? And where does those Mexican or whoever people that you mentioned got that fear from? Their mother. Oh, so as you can see, I'm trying to show you here that all these kids that are now in school that have fear, and he's out here being emotional because guess what? ICE is kidnapping these people and doing all of these things. He doesn't know why this is happening, right? He's not, and guess where they get it from? Their mother. The mother and the parents have fear. These Mexican people. Why? Did you do anything bad? Did you cross the border illegally? If you done nothing wrong, why do you have fear, right? Fear is of evil, right? And he's not asking, like, why? Why though? Why? No, you just need to feel bad for them because they're being kidnapped and sent back to their country. And the same people that are here that are Mexican, Spanish, Black, African, whatever, right? They hate America, and he brought up Somalia, and he's like, especially in our state here in Somalia. But what they're not telling you is that the Somalians are robbing up all your taxpayer dollars and your fun and your lifestyle. They're using you and taking advantage of you, right? Right? How do you not know that? I mean, he's a kid, right? And everything he's saying here, you get it from his parents, because kids are a byproduct of their parents, right? Whatever the parents do, they're gonna grow up doing it, and that's just what it is, right? Because if the parents was right, why would this kid be here talking about, oh, I feel bad for them, all my friends are mostly Mexican, and ICE is kidnapping them, and all. I'm like, bro, shut up, kid. Where's your father? Where's your father, bro? You have no father in your life, right? And I understand, right? Your father is lost because you have made your mother his God, and he can't defy her, stand up to her and tell her to shut up and stop brainwashing his son, right? Because he has no light. He doesn't have the light to shine, and he's just like his son. He's just like his son, right? And that's just what I'm seeing here, which is crazy, right? What a mess, huh? Right? So, you know, we were, and that kid is talking about all of these things. That here we got a real male or man. I don't really know Chuck Norris like that. I used to watch his movies back in the day. His series, amazing, right? Amazing. Maybe if I go back and watch it now, I'll probably think differently. But back in the day when I watched his stuff, Great stuff, right? Chuck Norris, he said he left the Democrat, leaves the Democrat, and here's why, right? Chuck Norris says he left the Democrat. They went too far.
Why are you a conservative, sir?
Well, I used to be a Democrat, but unfortunately the Democrats went too far to the left, and the Republicans moved into their position that the Democrats were 40 years ago. See, and so what the Democrats believed 40 years ago, the Republicans believe today. And so I realized that I had to go to a Republican because the Democrats just got too far off the trail. They just got completely off the trail and lost all reality of what America stood for. And so I realized that Republicans at this point in time are more focused on what is best for America than what the Democrats are.
Why are you?
Right? When I say, yo, they went far to the left, right? So it is what it is, right? Not much to say about that. Right? I just want to present that story there, right? And man, I mean, you guys know this song, right? You grew up listening to Kirk Franklin, big gospel singer, right? Big gospel singer, you know, sing about God and all of these things, right? And you know, I realized that these artists, they know about God. They read about Him, or they read about the Word of God, or no, they read about the Word from God, right? That Jesus brought and His disciple write it down, and today they think the Bible is God, right? Right? And look at his little smirk, right? Look at his little smirk. And what came out of this guy's mouth was kind of ridiculous, right? It's like Kurt Franklin says Jesus' parents were immigrants, right? They were immigrants, right? That is little spew there. But I want you to hear for yourself, and then maybe let me know what you think, right?
What is your beliefs on like what the church should be doing in regards to this climate?
I think that we should be intentional about being very vocal about that. First of all, Jesus' mom and daddy were immigrants. So,
what does he mean by that? Jesus' mom and dad, they were immigrants, right? And your point is, what's your point?
But
were they illegal immigrants? Did they break the law? Like, what are we saying here? What are we saying? Of course, I'm an immigrant. A lot of people are immigrant, but they came here legally, right? He didn't mention that and say Jesus' mom and dad, they're legal immigrants. They're not illegal. Right? He didn't mention that. He just said they're immigrants, and right. All of a sudden, your mind run away with you and say, "Oh, what you're doing to immigrants are bad. It's so bad. This is crazy." Like Jesus' parents were immigrants too, but he's not telling you like people are legal immigrants that came here properly, not illegally. He didn't say that, did he? Right?
We need to be very.
You better think.
So we just need to be very careful to not be arrogant and prideful. And I think that we need to get in the streets and to be able to save and love as many people as we can. And when I say save, I'm not talking about just their souls. I'm talking about their lives. We need to be feeding people, taking care of people, looking out for people. Because the way the government is happening with this change in AI, it's going to put a lot of people out of work. So we need to be more compassionate about the human race.
Yeah. What is your...
Listen, I'm lost about what he's talking about, right? You need to go out there. You need to go out there and take care of the people. Let me get his words correctly, right? Because I think he said not just about their souls, but their lives, right? Save their lives. He can't even save himself. He can't even save himself because later he go home, he cries at night, right? He cries at night because evil has him, and Satan demands to have his soul. But yet, he not only wants to save the people out there in the street souls, he wants to save their life. He can't even save his own life, right? Is he God? you're trying to save people. God doesn't even concern himself about saving people's life, because guess what? A way is already made. A way is already made. And do you want it or do you want it not? I don't know. I can't speak for you, right? But he wants to save you. He wants to be your Messiah. He wants to be your Savior. Like, didn't the Messiah not already came? Did the Messiah not already came and say it's done? Right? Didn't Jesus send his only begotten Son to wash away your sins? Right? So what is he talking about? What is this guy even talking about, bro?
Beliefs on like what the church should be doing.
Right. He's lost. He's lost. This is what do you call it? A lost person. This is Kirk Franklin. Is a lost person trying to save lives and soul. How can a lost person save life and souls, bro? You can't even save yourself because you're lost. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Wild, right? Wild. What a mess, right? Where's this clip, bro? It doesn't seem like I'm gonna get the right clip here. So maybe I have to go to my Instagram to pull it up real quick, right? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Be patient with me, okay? Because sometimes you save it and sometimes it's not the right clip that pops up. All right. And there's a lot. I mean, I have a lot to cover, so I'm trying to not spend too much time, run through them, but give you the main message, right? Main message to point you to the way, right? Because I can't save you, man. I'm not Kirk Franklin. I'm not trying to save you, bro. I can't even save myself, right? Right? So, that's just what it is, right? What am I looking for here? I'm looking for a Charles Stern clip, right? Where it talks about immigrants and how they're replacing Americans, right? They're replacing the blacks. They hate you, and listen, you don't have enough vote to give them, right? You don't have the answer, okay, blacks? You don't have the answer, right? Okay? We're done with you. You've been used up. And I talk about this. This happens. All the anime watchers out there, all the fantasy watchers, all the dark movies, and pretty much it's in a lot of movies, right? Let's put it that way, right? But mostly anime, right? The evil, the minds and the evil that just wants to use you and for their bidding, and when they get what they want, they discard you. Because you're no longer useful. They use it for their power, and now you're switching on them, or you're not voting anymore, and they need votes, so they're gonna replace you, right? And guess who they're replacing you with? Can you guess? Watch this.
Do you believe there's a migrant crisis?
I know it's a migrant crisis.
You've seen it.
We see it.
Yeah.
We've been seeing it for the last 8 years. Every 2 years they bring in a big migrant population.
Every year, right? Why? But Charles Stern, why do they do this, right? I may not agree with everything Charles Stern White says, right? But he's on the money with this one, right? And I have to pause it because there's sounds in it. There's music in there, so I'm pausing it. So at least there's 30 seconds in there, right? Know what I'm saying?
So everybody we have problem with, they bring them people over here. Everybody we have problem with, but it's not our Republican people. It's the Democratic people. The Republicans is saying, man, fuck that. Man, don't let nobody over here.
Yeah.
But the Democratic Party, because black people have such a low voter turnout, they have to increase immigrations so their party can sustain and have its power in the political realm.
All about power, and all about, and it's fake power, by the way, because they're just using the people to stay in power, and really it's all about money and right? They're using you. They're literally using you like like animals, like the animals you are, because you are an animal. Because if you weren't an animal, you'd be able to see, right? And the animal that you are is of the devil, right?
Because black people are such a low voter turnout. So the Democratic Party know that they cannot rely on black people, so they have to replace their voting faction. Just like they have to replace their slave labor. We used to be their slave labor, y'all remember? Who's their new slave labor? Immigrants?
Yeah.
Because you come to McDonald's, you want $15, you want $17. My immigrant is still satisfied at the $7.75. They are satisfied. They don't complain. They don't file grievances. We don't have to worry about company lawsuits. We don't have to worry about any liability with this group.
Do you believe there's a mic?
Right? You don't have to worry about any liability or nothing like that, right? And see, the same people that is hiring you because you're a legal alien, and the Democrats that are using you, even the illegal immigrants that they bring here, they're just using them, right? They don't care about you because you're not making the amount of money that you should, because guess what? You're illegal. So they don't care. They're just using you. They're using you for the labor force. They're using you for their vote to keep them in power. And that's it. They don't care. And when they're done with you too, guess what? They throw you to the wolves. They throw you to the wolves and they don't care anymore. And they're going to move on because they're done with you. And that's how evil operates. Evil in a nutshell, right? But you yourself is so evil too that you can't see, right? You can't see. Evil using smaller evil, right? Because you're lost. And we're almost at the first hour of the show, right? I guess we're going to a TikTok thing. I don't remember what this TikTok is, right? Viewer streamboat dot. I don't know who's sending that, but I'm not trying to buy viewers, bro. I don't care about viewers, right? Right. If you want to watch the stream, you watch. If you don't want to, who cares? It's not affecting my life. What the? It's not affecting my life one drop, bro. Right? I'm just doing what I need to do, and that's just it, right? But this is the White House respond to Bad Bunny Ice Out speech at the Grammys, right? What's it? I forgot. Caroline, whatever her name is, right? I mean, this is the one thing I disagree with Trump is with having this much female in power, right? Because
I think it's very.
I think it's when Trump is not there to guide them anymore. What's gonna happen? All hell breaks loose, right? All hell is gonna break loose, right? Because the males are weak. Trump is a man, right? But the males are weak, and these people are gonna probably stay in power for a longer time. And I guess we'll see the after effect, right? But let's check it.
Very ironic and frankly sad to see celebrities who live in gated communities with private security, with millions of dollars to spend protecting themselves, trying to just demonize law enforcement, public servants who work for the United States government to enforce our nation's laws. And you didn't hear this same type of uproar from celebrities in Hollywood when the previous administration allowed an invasion of our nation's borders. I think it's very ironic.
I mean, listen, they love chaos, right? They love chaos. And that's just what it is. Right? Evil loves company. Evil can't stand alone because they're afraid. They are afraid, right? So they have to want company. And company, misery love company, right? Misery love company. And it is what it is. Because they can't stand alone. They can't. They cannot stand alone. And if I know anything about evil, when you disagree with them, it's it's hell, bro. It's hell because you have to agree with them, right? Minnesota liberals set up checkpoint to screen drivers to keep ICE out of their neighborhood. Oh, how ironic this is! This is so funny. Watch this. It's hilarious, actually.
Yeah, he's just our Somalian Uber driver, man.
Bro, what a bunch of dummies, huh?
Hey, how's it going?
You said his license plates are ICE?
Doing good, yeah. I was just saying, it looks like in our system, your plates came up as an ICE plate. That doesn't seem like it's the case.
They're literally doing traffic stop, bro. Isn't that illegal, bro? Are you a cop, bro? Like, that's crazy.
I just wanted to come through and see what was up and talk to you. See how you doing. Okay, I figured, yeah.
I mean, he's clearly Somali.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
What a mess.
What's your name? Ali? Ali, nice.
How long have you guys been out here today? Are we good though?
Yeah, all good.
I do want to ask, what's the system you guys are using out here? I mean, because there's obviously that was wrong, right? I mean, the guy was just a Somali Uber driver, not ICE.
The thing is, ICE, they're renting a lot of cars. But yeah, we'll take this off the list. Yeah. Who y'all with?
We're honestly just from California. Just independent photojournalists. Names,
okay, do y'all have like a Twitter or something?
Jorge Ventura. Jorge Ventura.
All right, cool. Thank you.
How long has this been set up, man? Like, the images of this are going viral online. That's what we came. I don't know if you know if they're going viral. But.
Yeah, no, I heard that. People are people saying that, and a lot of the neighbors support what we're doing. So happy to be here.
Has local law enforcement said anything?
Not that we know of, no. But look, I gotta get back to this. I'm not trying to do no interview. All right.
Bro, what am I even watching, bro? Do you see how dumb these people are, bro? Do you see how dumb they are, right? They become just like what they hate, right? You judge ICE, you hate them, and you become just like that, right? You're doing you're bordering your community, right? Having checkpoints, running license plates. That's definitely illegal, right? Of license or prohibit to do that, right? Which is kind of crazy. You become just like what you hate, right? Creating borders. It makes no sense, right? Here we have another one. Is it from the right wing page again? This is a different one, right? So I think this is a delivery guy. This Minneapolis man was stopped by a leftist active plain traffic cop as he was going to work, right? Dummies, bro. Dummies. A bunch of dummies.
Cars through once we have a big crowd like this. I'm sorry about the inconvenience.
Stand right there and let me go that way. I'm not trying to go that way. I'm going that way.
You can go that way on 33rd too. Is it in between here you gotta go?
The house I'm going to is right past this block.
About that block?
Why am I about to go all the way around? I'm not going towards them. If y'all stand where I can't go that way. I'm going that way.
You
want to turn left?
Yeah, let's go.
Right I'm trying to turn right.
All right. I'll get behind the truck so no one else tries. Another frustrated neighbor, just tired of. We don't let cars through once we have a big crowd like this.
That's crazy, bro. That's wild. That's wild. How crazy these people are, right? Is this that clip? What the? So what does this say? No border leftists set up checkpoints. Driver ID in Minnesota. That clip is not pulling up. It's giving me a different clip. So, but whatever. We're gonna move on from that one, right? So, and they're also, you know, breaking car windows. They're breaking the windows, right? These are working people. See, the own people in your own community that call themselves leftists and that they care and they have love. Where's the love? Where is the love here, right? Where's the love? No love. Liberal protester busted out windows on every single parked vehicle they walk past in Minneapolis. They are punishing people who actually work for a living, right? All the cars on the street, they bust out the windows. These people should be arrested and thrown in jails. They're violent, they're angry, they're emotional, and Satan is their daddy. They should be thrown in jail.
They broke into everybody. All of these fucking windows. Every single fucking window. Are you fucking kidding me? They broke into
everybody's car window is broken, which is crazy, ridiculous, right? And this is your Democrat Party leader, right? This is your Democrat Party leader, Chuck Schumer, right? Chuck Schumer. And this is such a funny video to me because I know there's a funny video coming up that it just contradicts everything that they're saying. Everything they're saying is being contradicted by them, right? Blatantly admitted Democrat plans to replace American voters with illegals, right? Our ultimate goal: get citizenship for all 11 millions, or whoever many however. I think you mean whoever, right? However many undocumented there are, right? This is what he has to say.
Workers, we have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here. Sort of workers.
And what about the people, the American people, and the legal immigrants that are here that are trying to build a future, right? That are trying to build a future, and they're trying to, you know, buy a house, buy a car, have a family, take care of their family, live in a nice neighborhood. What about them? They don't exist, right? Because they're going to bring these illegal aliens in and they're going to use your taxpayer dollars to fund them and take care of them. So they literally tell you they don't care about you. You're just the money. You're just here to fatten their pockets so they can use it to their advantage to keep taking care of illegal aliens, right? Like, what the? And people still support and vote for these people, bro. It's just wild to me. It's wild to me that how far and how crazy the world has become, right? It's next level, right? It's next level to me to sit here and listen to these people talking, and not only that, to know that people are still voting for them. That's the craziest part about it, right? And who's this lady? I don't remember her name. Or I don't know who she is. I heard her name before, but I don't remember, right? Democrat plot exposed. Labeling voter ID as intimidation to let illegals vote. That's crazy, right?
Issue, we're filing cases in court around states that are trying to suppress voters, refuse to provide water to people at the polls, all the ways in which voters are intimidated, including, as you mentioned, new ID requirements that Republicans are trying to get into many places. It's a huge issue. We're filing
ID that the Republicans are trying to get, right? They're not fear. You're not fear, right? These illegal aliens should be able to vote, right? And because they're paying tax, right? They're doing all of this. They're helping the country. They should be able to vote. And I'm trying to show you different angles of how evil the Democrat Party is, right? I'm trying to show you how evil they are because they don't want these people to have voter ID. They don't want it because it's a problem if the Republicans get this bill passed or say, listen, you can't vote if you don't have a voter ID, right? It's a problem for them, right? But here's Kamala Harris. She tried to explain why she's against voter ID, right?
Is agreeing to voter ID one of those compromises that you'd support?
I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean.
Ha!
Because in some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove who you are. Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't. There's no Kinko's, there's no Office Max near them. People have to understand that when we're talking about voter ID laws, be clear about who you have in mind and what would be required of them to prove who they are. Of course, people have to prove who they are, but not in a way that makes it almost impossible for them to prove who they are.
Yo, this kind of word solid is crazy. Listen, you got to be mindful of how this will affect people that live in rural areas, right? Of course, people need to prove who they are, right? But to vote, they don't need to prove who they are. That's pretty much what she's telling you. Listen, bitch is crazy. Imagine if this bitch was in power, bro. That would be crazy. Man, you guys should be happy and rejoicing that Trump is in power, right? They're talking all about this ID thing and that you don't need ID to vote. But guess what? The same Democrat that are talking about you don't need voter ID to vote, okay? You don't need it. You don't even need ID and paperwork to cross the border, okay? But guess where do you need ID and verification to go though? In their facility or their campus or their building. You need ID and verification paperwork to visit their office though. How dumb is that? That is ridiculous, right?
Cortez here on the west side of Chicago, Democratic National Convention at United Center. The Democrats, of course, want open borders and want an endless stream of illegal migrants pouring into the United States. This is my new acquaintance, Edwin. Say hello.
My name is Edwin. Nice to meet you.
All right, Edwin is from Venezuela. And we're going to take Edwin into the DNC so that he can meet the Democrats who want open borders. He should meet his new friends, hear the speakers, and learn about the Democratic Party. So, Edwin, let's head in, shall we? Right. This is Edwin from Venezuela, migrant, invited in by the Democrat Party. He'd like to come into the Democratic Convention.
You have to get credentials.
You mean he needs credentials and permission to come in?
Yes.
To get past the wall?
Yes.
Oh, it's like a border wall in a way, huh?
Yeah. You have to have ID, credentials.
Okay, to come to the United States?
No.
Not to come to the United States. Okay, but to come to the Democratic Convention.
Here,
Okay. You believe in security. You believe in securing the boundary. Edwin can't come in.
Without credentials.
That's all I know. I commend you on guarding this border.
What a mess. What a mess.
Credentials for Edwin. Come on, Edwin. Edwin is from Venezuela. So we tried to get Edwin into the convention, and he's a migrant from Venezuela. Wanted to get into the convention. We figured that we'd love to have a migrant from Venezuela come in. They said we need to get credentials, so we're here to get the credentials. Okay. Just to be clear, we have been ejected from the DNC credentialing office because we're not permitted to be here. We don't have permission. We didn't go through the application process. It seems like the United States would use similar rules about crossing the U.S. border. DNC doesn't believe in that, but they do believe in it for their own convention. Well, Edwin, Kamala Harris has an open border. You're allowed in America. You're not allowed into her party. Oh well, Edwin, we tried. Steve Cortez here on the...
What a mess, right? What a mess of a show, right? And that's how evil the Democrat Party is. They want to allow open borders to anybody without identification, and they want them to vote without voter IDs and all of these things, right? But to allow them in their home or into their facilities or their convention, you need an ID. I mean, if that doesn't show how dumb people are, I don't know what will. If that doesn't show you are stupid and dumb, Democrats and the people that support the Democrat Party and talk about illegals, let them in, welcome them. Man, evil is it's so crazy it's crazy to actually see this happen in real time. I might be just dreaming. Wake me up from this bad dream, right? Wake me up from the bad dream. And there was a video of this guy in California, right? But it's not the right clip coming up, and he's saying, tell me why is illegal aliens more important, right? Why are they sorry about that. Why are they more important than the Americans, than the citizens, or the legal immigrants, right? Why? He wants to know. But we might just bypass that clip, whatever, right? And I saw this video. It's like how people treat the different type of news reporters, right? I don't have much to say about this. Just want to show the clip real quick, right?
Listen, Fox. Oh my God, he just cut his cord. Oh my God, he just cut his cord. Oh, what channel is that? Fuck. He's gonna try again. He's trying again. They got it. They cut it. He just jacked it.
Can I cross? I have special privilege.
Oh fuck. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Smaller crowd. This is controlled. The scene spans several blocks. We are here at Portland Avenue and East 35th, but it goes at least 2 or 3 blocks.
Who do you work
thank
for?
you.
Who do
Hold
you
on.
work
I'm
for?
sorry. We're with CNN. It's okay. Thank you for your help. I'm sorry. I think people are getting upset. So that is the latest here on the ground, guys, and I'm going to send it back to you.
Oh, they're
Oh, we're CNN. Oh, you're cool. You're on our side. Perfect. It's not like, oh, they're here to report the news. You're gonna respect whoever party that came to report the news, right? You're not gonna do that. You have to agree with them. Right? What was the high school attack mega teacher? I guess that clip is not what's popping up. Because I saw this clip, right? I guess I have the news report on it. I have the news report on it because I didn't. The clip wasn't like the best, right? So I went and got the news report because I wanted to know how true this was, right? So I went and I grabbed. Lucky thing I grabbed the news So let's see what this guy have to say about it.
And welcome back, everyone, to Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Mike Page. Always great to be with you as we continue to roll on. Next up, we want to talk about, we've really been seeing these anti-ICE protests happening all over the country, even happening at schools. We're seeing students walk out in protest. But next up, we want to take you out to Texas, where a brawl broke out during one of these walkouts. Let's go out right now to Fox 7 Austin's Jenna King with the latest after this really chaotic scene played out.
Yeah, hey there. This video, of course, going viral on social media, sparking a lot of mixed reaction and, of course, raising a lot of questions. On Monday, several hundred students walked out of 5 Hayes CISD campuses, including Hayes High School, Live Oak Academy High School, Lehman High School, Barton Middle School, and Johnson High School. Walkouts also happening at Austin ISD, Pflugerville ISD, and Manor ISD.
Students have the right to protest and display their First Amendment rights in educational environments. That's exactly what these students were doing.
At Moe and Jean Johnson High School, things took a turn. The Buda Police Department says Monday afternoon the department became aware from a school resource officer about the walkout protest on RM 967.
Oh, seems like they're cleaning the roads and stuff.
Just before 3 p.m., Buda officers were called to the intersection of RM 967 and FM 1626 for reports of a fight. Police say a verbal argument between a young woman on the sidewalk and an adult man in a vehicle escalated into a physical altercation involving multiple people. Several videos were posted to the Buda PD Facebook page. One video shows the man getting out of his truck and approaching the teens before the fight breaks out.
For us to have to fear for our safety is not usual, and for us not to know who's on our side, for us,
can you tell this guy's beta male
not to know who's going to come out of nowhere? You know, we think that in a
Sorry,
city
boy.
like Austin that we're safe, that people will side with us, but to see something like that happen, it shows that
oh Lord,
you will find counter protesters anywhere.
The group falls.
Bro, okay, what? The stream just ended, bro. That's kind of crazy. Bro, what did I play? I played no copyright, nothing. Right?
To the grass. The man then gets up and...
It seems like it's back on, but I play no copyright, nothing, bro. Like, YouTube, relax, bro. Like, what's happening? Huh?
Walks back to his truck. The video shows students throwing water bottles at him. Students engaged in advancing Texas.
All right. So, you know, this they say this is a mega guy, right? He's a mega a conservative, and he's driving by and he sees these students protesting against ICE, and he jump out of his truck and he attacks them, which is not right. It's not right at all. Allegedly, according to the news report, right? He attacked them, and it's not right. And I agree with that. What causes a grown male to attack children, right? You're sitting there and be like, I would never do that. Never do that. But guess what? You're probably out there doing worse than what this guy's doing, right? Worse. Because you lie to your friends, you lie to your family, you lie to yourself, and you're saying, I would never do that. But things you will never do is only because there are consequences to them, and you're afraid of jail time, right? Because there are things in society that are set up to combat these kind of issues, right? So you're only doing it out of you're only not doing these things because of fear, right? And that tells me that you're evil, right? You're evil. That's what that's telling me, right? And you're sitting here, oh, I'll never do that, but yet in your mind, you will talk bad about other people, and you'll agree with the mind, and you'll be plotting your next move against them, right? So you're no different. You're no different from the guy here that jumped out of the truck and says, I will attack these kids for protesting against ICE, right? You're no different. So you can sit there and think you're higher and you're mighty again. You're a better person, but you're no better. And because you're actually judging. You're judging. So you're even worse than the guy attacking these people. You're worse than the guy attacking the children, right? Liberal mother says she thinks about taking out her kids to protest them from ICE. What the?
Get bad enough. But
this bitch is crazy.
Being a mom in America, I had to stop walking for this. I often think that if it gets to the point of,
bro, she has children, bro. That's wild, right? And she can do whatever she wants. It's her children, right? But this is just wild. It's wrong. It's definitely wrong.
Knocking on
doors. But she's crazy. She's crazy.
God, and like to even have these thoughts. It's like I'm literally separating from reality right now. If it comes down to
you're never separated from reality, that's for sure.
Me taking out myself and my kids versus us being taken and harmed by.
Bro, what's wrong with the stream, bro? YouTube, stop playing with me, bro. YouTube, stop playing with me, bruv. They cut the stream again, bro. Like, what? Bro, I did nothing wrong, bro. Like, what's going on here, YouTube? Right? Like, all of a sudden, my stream is just getting hit, bro. Right? It's getting hit left and right, right? Let me check something. Like what's going on here? Right? I just get back the channel and all of a sudden YouTube is like, no, you're getting hit with like what are you YouTube talking about, bro? Right? Like, what's happening here? YouTube, what's happening here, bro? Why is my stream suspended, bro? Oh, see, it's back on again. Like, I don't understand what's happening here, YouTube. YouTube, get your stuff together, bro. YouTube, get your stuff together, please. Get your stuff together, bro. I'm not playing anything that's copyrighted. Nothing. So relax. Right? I'm not even gonna finish that chick video. Whatever, we're just gonna move on because, right? We're just gonna move on because YouTube is playing. YouTube keep cutting the stream for no reason. There's no copyrighted anything, bro. Like, relax. Right? So I got this female, right? And I want to show you how evil females are, right? This is how evil females are. Crazy. They're so insane, it's ridiculous because they can't help themselves, right? They have no guidance in their life, right? The devil is their daddy, right? and the stream got cut again. For what reason? Is it this playing in the background? Like, what? YouTube, what's happening here, buddy? Like, the stream is just getting cut every second, bro. Like, I have no idea what's happening with the stream, bro. Like, what? YouTube, please, bro, get your stuff together, bro. Like, what is happening, bro? YouTube is killing me here. Let's see if it pops back up. I'm gonna give it a couple of seconds, see if it's popped back on. So I understand what's happening here. You're saying Palm Bondi got cooked, right? What is it saying? Stream February 11, da da da. Alright. It's not saying anything. I don't think it's coming back on. What the? I have no idea what's happening with YouTube, bro. What a mess. What a mess, YouTube. For what? For what, though? Why did the stream not take it down? Makes no sense. Mark Carney, Canada. We have so many other things to cover, right? Let me see something. Stop. Who's liking the video, bro? I don't understand what's wrong with YouTube, bro. They just cut the live stream for no reason, right? They cut the live stream for no reason. I didn't play anything copyrighted. All right. Seems like I can't go live, bro.